This lecture is all about common source amplifier working at low frequency band. I'll explain the performance of common source amplifier and will derive the expression for lower 3 dB frequency for common source amplifier at low frequency band. I refer my earlier lecture number 9 for the development of a small signal equivalent circuit for MOSFET amplifiers and lecture number 10 for the derivation of the expression for voltage gain of common source amplifier at mid frequency band. Starting with the characteristics of common source amplifier, it is most widely used configuration and it is of inverting type. There is a phase reversal between input signal and amplified output signal by 180 degree, and it has moderately high voltage gain. As far as the structure is concerned, this has single stage MOS amplifier and there is no body effect. We assume that body and source terminals are interconnected, and CC1 and CC2 are high valued coupling capacitors. These are here, and this CC1 is connecting input voltage source to the device and CC2 is connecting the load resistor to the device, and CS is the bypass capacitor. This is the bypassing capacitor and this is bypassing source resistor over here. And at low frequency band, the internal capacitor CGD and CGS, they behave as an open circuit, but these coupling capacitors and bypass capacitor, they don't behave as a short circuit. That's why gain starts falling in the low frequency band, and there is a rate of slope of the body plot. This is a 20 dB per decade, and there is a lower 3 dB frequency at which gain falls by 3 dB. And we can represent this common source amplifier, which is showing the behavior or characteristics of high pass network of first order in low frequency band, by a very simple circuit, putting capacitor in series and R in a shunt way. And this is the transfer function of voltage gain for this single time constant or first order high pass network. This is the transfer gain. And by looking at this equation, we can write the expression for lower 3 dB frequency. This is simply 1 by CR, and CR is the time constant for this network. On the next page, I'll be discussing a small signal equivalent circuit for common source amplifier at low frequency band. This is a small signal equivalent circuit of common source amplifier at low frequency band, and this equivalent circuit shows the presence of coupling capacitor CC1 and CC2 and bypass capacitor CS, because these three are effective at low frequency band and they don't behave as a short circuit. And this is voltage controlled current source, and VGS is the potential difference between gate and source terminal. This is drain terminal, and this is the drain resistor, this is a load resistor. And while drawing this equivalent circuit, we have omitted R0, which is the output resistance of the device. And this is the biasing resistor. Vi is the input potential difference across biasing resistor RG, and this is the source resistor, and this is the input voltage source. On the basis of this small signal equivalent circuit for common source amplifier, we will perform S-domain analysis for the derivation of the lower 3 dB frequencies for common source amplifier at low frequency band. Just on the next page, let us have S-domain analysis for common source amplifier for the derivation of lower 3 dB frequencies in mid frequency band. We can write the transfer function of overall voltage gain GV, that is the ratio between extreme values between output voltage and input voltage. And we can split this fraction into three parts. The very first one is Vi by Vs, second is Vgs by Vi, and third one is V0 by Vgs. We see these three fractions are corresponding to these three capacitors. The very first one is corresponding to CC1, second one is for CS, and third one is for CC2. On the next pages, we will derive the expression for lower 3 dB frequencies corresponding to these capacitors separately. Then we will combine them or we will multiply them to get the complete expression for transfer function of overall voltage gain GVS. Let us determine the effect of coupling capacitor CC1, and we will derive the expression for this transfer function Vi by Vs. And considering this loop, and using voltage divider law, we can write this is the expression for this transfer function. And the denominator shows the total impedance of this loop. After simplification, we get this expression, and this factor is very familiar expression for transfer function of first order high pass network. And we can write directly the lower 3dB frequency FL corresponding to coupling capacitor CC1. This is 1 by 2 pi Rs plus Rg into CC1. Let us determine now the effect of bypass capacitor CS, and we will derive the expression for the transfer function for CS, that is VGS by VI, VGS by VI. And this VI is equal to the sum of these two potential differences. And this is the potential difference across the combination of RS and CS when this GM VGS current is passing through the parallel combination. Now, after opening the bracket, we get this function, and by utilizing this inequality, we get very simplified expression for the transfer function corresponding to bypass capacitor CS. And this is again very familiar transfer function for first order high pass network. We can write lower 3dB frequency FL corresponding to bypass capacitor CS, which is equal to GM by 2 pi CS. Now, at last, we determine the effect of coupling capacitor CC2, and we will write the expression for transfer function V0 by VGS. And considering this loop and using voltage divider law, so this is the expression, and the denominator shows the total impedance of this loop. And by simplifying, we get almost familiar expression, and this factor represent a parallel combination of RD and RL. And this factor is a very familiar expression for first order high pass network. We can write the expression for lower 3dB frequency FL corresponding to coupling capacitor CC2. This is 1 by 2 pi RD plus RL CC2. So we have expressions for all three lower 3dB frequencies corresponding to coupling capacitors and bypass capacitor. Now we are in a position to write a complete expression for transfer function of common source amplifier working at low frequency band. Now we can write the complete expression of transfer function for overall voltage gain of common source amplifier working at low frequency band. That is for GV. GV is the V0 by Vs, or the ratio between extreme values. And this is the complete expression, and it has three factors: first factor, second factor, and third factor. The first factor is because of coupling capacitor CC1, second one is because of bypass capacitor, and the third one is for coupling capacitor CC2. Writing in a smaller form, and this is first pole, this is second pole, and this is third pole. There are three capacitors, that's why there are three poles. And this factor is voltage gain of common source amplifier at mid frequency band. And there is a negative sign that indicates phase reversal. Let us have a look of the Bode plot for overall voltage gain. And there are three break frequencies or three poles, and it has been observed because of the transconductance appears in the numerator. This has highest value among these three poles. That's why we can say this pole or second pole, because of bypass capacitor, becomes dominant pole. Other two poles are quite separate from this pole and away from this pole at least by 1 or 2 decades apart. At each break frequency, the slope of asymptote to the gain function increases by 20 dB per decade. This is 20, this is 40, this is 60 dB. This is a successive increment in the slope. And this is all about S-domain analysis for the determination of these pole frequencies for common source amplifier. We have used S-domain analysis for the determination of pole frequencies for common source amplifier at low frequency band. This S-domain analysis becomes tedious with number of capacitors involved. I'll explain one new method known as short circuit time constant, which is also very useful when we are not sure about dominant pole frequency and relative position of other pole frequencies. Short circuit time constant method approximates any high pass network of higher order into first order network where only one effective lower 3 dB frequency can be defined for quick analysis of behavior of any amplifier at low frequency band. Let us start from the writing of transfer function for overall voltage gain of common source amplifier having 3 pole frequencies. So this is the expression of transfer function, and these 3 are pole frequencies. This is corresponding to coupling capacitor CC1, this is for bypass capacitor CS, and this is again coupling capacitor CC2. And at lower 3D frequency, the denominator should be equal to root 2, just opening, and considering this denominator is far greater than this numerator, this denominator is far greater than this numerator, and this imaginary term will be unity when this denominator is equal to numerator. This is the condition, and this is called effective lower 3D frequency, which is the sum of all these 3 pole frequencies corresponding to these 3 capacitors. And in fact, the sum is equal to the sum of reciprocal of the time constant corresponding to these 3 capacitors. And here we can write in terms of Hertz, that is FL is 1 by 2 pi, and sum of the reciprocal of the time constant corresponding to these 3 capacitors. Since there are 3 capacitors, 3 steps are involved in the determination of time constant corresponding to these 3 capacitors. And first step, we have to select any one of the capacitor and consider other 2 capacitors as short circuit. Then we have to find out the resistance seen by the selected capacitors, or by finding the Thevenin equivalent resistance across the terminal of selected capacitor. Then we will be writing the time constant for the selected capacitor. In the second step, we have to select any one capacitor other than the selected one in the first step and consider other 2 capacitors as short circuit. Then again we have to find out the resistance seen by the selected capacitor, or by determining Thevenin equivalent resistance across the terminals of selected capacitor. Then we will be writing the time constant for that selected capacitor. Similarly, in third step, we will select the third capacitor which have not been selected till yet, and considering other 2 as short circuit, and again finding the Thevenin equivalent resistance across the selected capacitor. Then we will be writing these 3 separately, finding the reciprocal, adding them, and this factor is there. Then we will be in a position to express the complete value for effective lower 3D frequencies. On the next pages, we will be determining these time constant separately for these 3 capacitors. Then we will write the full expression for effective lower 3D frequency for common source amplifier at low frequency band. As per short circuit time constant method, and under step number 1, I have to select one out of these 3 capacitors and consider rest of the 2 as short circuit. Now I am selecting CC1. Now I have to determine the resistance seen by CC1, or the Thevenin equivalent resistance across the terminals of CC1. I have to use Thevenin theorem, that's why I am applying that theorem in this circuit. For that, I have to short circuit the input voltage source, that is the short circuit value, and I have to replace this capacitor by a test voltage, and this will be 0, and these 2 capacitors would be termed as short circuits. And this is a very simplified circuit, and considering this loop, and this is the test current, and simply using ohmic law, this is the test current and test voltage divided by total resistance of this loop. And now Thevenin equivalent resistance across the terminals of the CC1 is equal to Vx by Ix, denoted by RCC1, that is Rs plus Rg. Now we can have time constant for this capacitor CC1, which is equal to RCC1 into CC1, that is Rs plus Rg into CC1. Now under step 2, I will select this capacitor and will consider this and this coupling capacitor as short circuit, and in the step number 3rd, I will consider this and these 2 capacitors will be short circuited as per short circuit time constant method. And step number 2, now I will select bypass capacitor CS. Now I will determine the resistance seen by this capacitor CS or Thevenin equivalent resistance across the terminals of CS. I have to apply Thevenin theorem on this circuit and replacing this CS by a test voltage and putting input voltage source equal to 0. That means this Vi will be 0 and this VGS will be equal to Vi plus Vx as per this equation, where Vi is 0, that means VGS will be Vx. Because of this equation, this Gm VGS will be Gm Vx, and this is voltage controlled current source. And from this loop, we can determine Thevenin's equivalent resistance for CS, that is RCS. It is Vx by Ix, Vx as it is, and Ix is the current, that is Gm Vx, and remains only 1 by Gm. Now time constant for CS is RCS into CS, that is CS by Gm. As per short circuit time constant method and step number 3, I am selecting this coupling capacitor and considering these two capacitors as short circuit. I have to find the resistance seen by this capacitor or the Thevenin equivalent resistance across the terminals of CC2. For that I have to use Thevenin theorem and replacing this capacitor by a test voltage and putting down to input voltage source equal to 0. Anyway, I will be requiring only this part of the circuit only. This part is not usable at all. And looking for this loop and using simple ohmic law, we can find the current passing through the loop, that is Vx by Rd plus RL, and Thevenin equivalent resistance for CC2 is equal to RCC2, that is Vx by Ix, and that is Rd plus RL. Now time constant for CC2 is RCC2 and CC2, which is equal to Rd plus RL and multiplied by CC2. In this way we have determined the time constant for both the coupling and bypass capacitors. Now we are in a position to write the full expression for lower 3 dB frequency for common source amplifier working at low frequency band. Till now we have derived the expressions for time constant for coupling and bypass capacitors. As per short circuit time constant method, we can write the expression for effective lower 3 dB frequency for common source amplifier at low frequency band. So this is a complete expression, and this is in fact the summation of these 3 frequencies corresponding to coupling capacitor CC1, bypass capacitor, and because of coupling capacitor CC2. So this is the summation of these 3 frequencies equal to effective lower 3 dB frequency, a single value effective frequency, and this has been calculated using short circuit time constant method. So this was all about performance of common source amplifier working at low frequency band and the derivation of pole frequencies and effective lower 3 dB frequency for common source amplifier.